Hi guys, welcome back to the next class on the many and the none. So we stopped in our last class uh, at the second paragraph of the chapter, and I hope you have understood those chapters where the two authors have clarified clarified the view that biodiversity is very much important, and on top of that he has also clarified our understanding that variety is much more important in everything, not only in bios, okay, not only in lively things, lively objects, but also the other inanimate objects also, in our experience also, okay, human experience also, we need varieties. Okay, so we are going with the third paragraph here. So perhaps the least obvious aspect of biodiversity is genetic. So the students from the science background, you will better understand what is genetic. So genetic means something related to the gene. I don't know much about the genes, the functions of the genes, but I can say that the genes are, the transmitters of different, features of human characteristics from one generation to the other. Yeah, so I am a product. I am a product of the genes of my mother and father. Yes, so that is genetic. That comes, from one generation to the other. So that is genetic. So perhaps the least obvious. So here the two authors are, making us understand why do biodiversity occur. Biodiversity বা different elements কিয় এটা বস্তুতে বিভিন্ন element কিয় আমাৰ হয়, that he is making us realize that তাৰ কাৰণটো কি কৈছে যে আসলতে জেনেটিক কাৰণত আৰু জিন সম্পৰ্কীয় কাৰণত এই বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ ডাইভাৰ্সিটি বিলাক আমি দেখিবলৈ পাওঁ. So perhaps the least obvious aspect of biodiversity is genetic. So biodiversity occurs, the diversity in one species of things occurs due to the genetic reasons. হয় যে জিনৰ মাজত জিনৰ সংযোজনৰ সময়ত ক্ৰোমোজোম বিলাকৰ সংযোজনৰ সময়ত ডিফাৰেন্স যেতিয়া হয় তেতিয়া কি হয় বিভিন্ন ডাইভাৰ্স কি হয় স্পেচিছ বিলাকৰ সৃষ্টি হয়. ঠিক আছে, যে যেনেকৈ হাঁহৰ পোৱালি ৬-৭টা হাঁহৰ পোৱালি জন্মে, দুটা এটাৰ ৰং বগা হৈ থাকে, বহুকেইটাৰ কলা মুগা সেনেকুৱা ৰং হয়, because of what? Because of the genetic transformations. Variety in what constitutes the basic building blocks of all life. So he is re-stressing on the fact that variety is the building block, okay, that it builds our life. Variety to আমাৰ মানৱ জীৱনৰ বা বিভিন্ন জীৱনৰ যিকোনো জীৱন, মানৱ জীৱনে নহয়, জন্তুৰ জীৱন হ'ব পাৰে, পশুৰ জীৱন হ'ব পাৰে, গছ-গছনিৰ জীৱন হ'ব পাৰে. So variety is the main building block. Okay, so it builds the life, all our lives. So it is also the base of continuous evolution. So this variety of human life, the variety of the life of the trees, the life of the animals, they also evolve. They are not static, they are not stagnant. Okay, and variety is a process. That process is not always very static, it is always on the verge of evolution. So evolution yes, so evolution, the theory of evolution, it was developed by who? It was developed by Charles Darwin in the year 1857. Okay, so he came up with some treatises, he came up with his thesis. Okay, he researched and searched in the forest areas of different countries. Okay, he went through the forest areas. He was in search of the different species that were existence. Okay, I can give you an example that মই শুনিব পাইছিলো, I don't know, I haven't read about that, যে তেওঁ চার্লস ডারউইনে যেতিয়া তোমাৰ সেই ডিফারেন্ট স্পেসিস বিলাক বিচাৰি বিচাৰি যায়, যেনেকৈ ধৰা কিবা পোকৰ স্পেসিস, বাটাৰফ্লাই স্পেসিস বিচাৰি বিচাৰি তেওঁ হাবিত সোমাই। সো তেতিয়া তেওঁ কি কৰে যে আগতেতো এনেকুৱা গেজেটছ বিলাক নাছিলে বা আগতে তোমাৰ এই সুবিধাবিলাক নাছিলে। বৰ্তমান আধুনিক যিবিলাক মডাৰ্ণ টেকনিক্স ইউজ কৰে এতিয়াৰ তোমাৰ সায়েন্টিস্ট বিলাকে বা ৰিসাৰ্চাৰ্ছ বিলাকে, সেইবিলাক দোজ ৱেৰ নট এভেইলেবল ইন দোজ ডেজ। সো তাৰে কাৰণে চাৰ্লছ ডাৰউইনে কি কৰিছিলে যে তোমাৰ হাতেৰে সেই স্পেচিছ বিলাক ধৰি ধৰি ৰাখিছিলে ইন অৰ্ডাৰ টু কেপচাৰ দেয়াৰ ষ্টাডি দেয়াৰ কেৰেক্টাৰিষ্টিক্স। সো তাৰে কাৰণে ধৰা এটা পোক পালে সেইটো এখন হাতেৰে ধৰিলে, ছেকেণ্ডটো ধৰিলে দুখন হাতেৰে, আকৌ আৰু যদি বেছিকৈ পায় একোখন হাতত যিমান পাৰি সিমান লৈ শেষৰ যিবিলাক তেওঁ ধৰি ৰাখিব নোৱাৰে হাতেৰে সেইবিলাক তেওঁ মুখত ভৰাই ভৰাই লয়। Okay, so it was that kind of a time, 1857. How long is it from now on? Yes, so we can imagine that. So Charles Darwin, he was so dedicated towards finding the fact that finding the fact of the origin of human beings and the life on the earth. Okay, so origin of species, his thesis itself was entitled as Origin of Species. Origin of Species. Okay, so this study by Charles Darwin, from this study we come across different theories, just like one is the natural selection theory. যে আমি জিৰাফৰ উদাহৰণটো চাৰ্লছ ডাৰউইনে দিছে যে জিৰাফৰ যেটো ডিঙিটো ইমান যে দীঘল, how it came to be that like, হয় যে জিৰাফৰ ডিঙিটো কিয় ইমান দীঘল হ'ল, যে because the time was like that, the trees were very high, okay, trees were very tall, and the giraffes were just like the normal other animals, but they have to, in order to survive, there comes one phrase called survival of the fittest. Yes, so in order to survive in that changing climate, changing environment, hey giraffe ki kora korile dingi bilak meli pelai gosor jibilak pat hebilak khabo dorile, hoy they adapted to the natural change, and thereby throughout so many years, throughout the passing of so many years, জিৰাফৰ গলটো আমি এতিয়া এনেকুৱা দীঘল আকাৰত এতিয়া দেখিবলৈ পাওঁ, and it took so many years. Just like in the same book, Charles Darwin কি কয়, the origin of the human beings ৰ কথাও কয়, যে human beings, unlike the earlier thought that human beings on this earth are some creatures of the God, হয় মানুহে আগতে কি ভাবিছিলে যে ভগৱানে মানুহক বনাইছে এই পৃথিৱীত, that thought was changed by Charles Darwin's this thesis called Origin of Species. So tate teo ki koise human beings are nothing but some transmitted and evoluted versions of the apes, bandor, thik ase. So this evolution is very much necessary. Okay, now you can see that in our tooth, amar jibilak daat ase, daatot eta ekebare end part of our this jaw, we have one tooth called the wisdom tooth. Wisdom tooth to amar ki hoise etia lahe lahe we don't need that tooth, lahe lahe amar hei jami daat bilakor ekebare hekhor daat tu jitu hei wisdom tooth tu lahe lahe etia ki hobo hoise মানুহৰ মাজৰ পৰা নোহোৱা হ'ব ধৰিছে, because it has to আমাৰ মানুহৰ এটো নিড নোহোৱা হৈছে, খাদ্যৰ পৰিৱৰ্তন হৈছে বা আমাৰ স্বভাৱ চৰিত্ৰৰ পৰিৱৰ্তন হৈছে, দেহৰ তোমাৰ যেটো প্ৰক্ৰিয়া সেইবিলাকৰ পৰিৱৰ্তন হৈছে। So সেইকাৰণে এটা সময়ত this wisdom tooth also will be disappeared from our body, just like the appendix, the appendix, that organ of the human body. Etu ki hoise nohua hoise, that is an extinct body part in human being. So therefore that is called what? That is human evolution. So evolution is very much important, and the variety in the environment is always on the process, is always in the process of evolution. সদায় হেতু কি হৈ থাকে? ক্ৰম বিৱৰ্তন হৈ থাকে, চেঞ্জ হৈ থাকে, পৰিৱৰ্তন হৈ থাকে. So yeah, and we should not forget that we humans are a product of the same process, even if we sometimes in our technological bravado think we are part of the nature. So here the two authors are saying that though human beings think themselves that we are the part of the nature, that we are the gods, just like the gods on the nature, we can do anything to the nature, but this is not true, because the human beings are also some species, also some creatures of the of that process called evolution. ক্ৰম বিৱৰ্তনৰ জৰিয়তে মানৱৰো সৃষ্টি হৈছে, মানুহৰো সৃষ্টি হৈছে. They are nowhere, and in no way possible they are not the gods, they are not the supremest, the supreme species on the earth. যদিও মানুহে কি ভাই কিহৰ কাৰণে এইটো ভাবে মানুহে যে because they have এতিয়া চোৱা তোমালোকৰ যদি scientific movies বিলাক চোৱা, just like Batman, the Ant-Man, the all those movies যিবিলাক superhero movie আছে. So তাতে যদি চোৱা human beings have come so far with the technological advancement. Yes, so হেতু বস্তু আমি দেখা পাও. We have also have come to know যে আজিৰ পৰা 10-15 বছৰ আগতে we didn't have the smartphones, but now in every household you will find a smartphone. Yes, usually. So these are the changes, and because of that perhaps aru manu koloi goise, antarikholoi goise. Perhaps you have watched the movie Mission Mangal. Yes, so tato ami dekhisu je keneke manuhe ki koribo pare, and those other movies or those documentaries made by NASA and ISRO and all those organizations. Then from that we know that we have gone too far, we have gone out of our own globe. Scientifically and technologically we are so advancing, okay, we are so much advancing. Because of that he karone ki bhabibo pare manuhe je we are just like the god, we can do anything on this earth, but that is not true. He karone Monsuri Taneja aru Ashish Kothari amak koise je human beings are also a creation of the evolution process on this earth. Okay, they are not something of the part of the nature. Nature is totally a different thing from the human beings, or just like the other animals, the birds, the other species. Okay, human beings so ei nature or majodhe ase. Okay, they are not overpowering in an overpowering position on the nature. ठीक है. Diversity in genes also provides the basis for continued survival in the face of new or changing environments. Diversity in genes also provides the basis for continued survival in the face of new and changing environments. Okay, so the environment that is there around us, it is always it is always changing. হয় যে প্রকৃতি আমাৰ চৌপাশৰ প্ৰকৃতি সদায় কি হৈ আছে, পৰিৱৰ্তিত হৈ আছে, আৰু সেই পৰিৱৰ্তিত প্ৰকৃতিৰ লগত মিলি চলিবৰ কাৰণে diversity and evolution are so much important for us, because we have to adapt to the call of the time. যেতিয়া যেটো সময় যেটো প্ৰয়োজন হ'ব সেইটো আমি কি কৰিব লাগিব, ল'ব পাৰিব লাগিব. We have to change ourselves, just like this is the time we are doing the online class. Yes, but this was not the way. You came to the school, you used to come to the school, you used to meet your teachers, clarify your doubts, meet your friends, go to your house back, Yes, that was the way. That was the offline mode. These two words are very trendy right now, the offline and the online. Yes. So this is the call of the time. Yes, we have to adapt to it. সেইকাৰণে আমিও কি কৰিব লগা হৈছে? We are looking to this camera and speaking to itself, and there is no one in the class. This is what we are doing. But we have to do it. নহলে তোমালোকে শিকিবা কি আমি শিকাম কি? Yes, so this relationship between the student teachers, it has gone to another level. And it is a process of what? Technological evolution, the sociological evolution. Right? So evolution, it is not just it is not just confined to the scientific disciplines only. It is there. It is very much broader in concept, and it is there applicable to the whole human life, to the whole world, to everything that is in existence in the world. So when the number of lions or orangutans or of a plant species decreases, these species lost their resilience to environmental changes or to genetic decay and eventually succumb. Okay, so resilience is one word. Resilience is one word. Resilience is the core, is the mantra. You have to be resilient. You have to be adaptive. Okay, so it is the mantra for survival of the fittest. Right? যে যিয়ে তোমাৰ কৰিব পাৰিছে, যিয়ে এডাপ্ট কৰিব পাৰিছে, নতুন নতুন মিন্স ল'ব পাৰিছে, তেওঁলোকে কি কৰিব? যেটো তোমাৰ চেঞ্জিং টাইম হেতুৰ লগত মিলি যাব পাৰিব. And it is the call of time. You have to adapt. You have to be resilient. Okay? Tumi jitu change ahise, you have to be able to analyze it. You have to be able to take something from it and give it back from you. That is resilience. So here the writers are saying that when a number of jetia tumar thora lions kisuman mori jay ba orangutans, okay, orangutans is the giant ape, giant monkey. So this is a different kind of monkey that is found in those forest areas, dense forest areas in Africa. So hey, orangutan bilak lahe lahe ki hoise, they are on the verge of extinction. And why? Karon to ki hoise? Because these species are not resilient to the change of the time. They are not resilient to the climatic change. They are not resilient to the genetic change. Okay, so hey karone, just like I can give you another example, the pandas in China. Right? Panda bila ki koribo para hoise, genetic cloning koribo logia hoise. Because of what? Because no such pandas can be found who can who can intercourse and who can reproduce some other pandas. Right? So teolokor major pora hei bostu tu nuha hoi goise, panda bilak paboloi nai. Just like I can give you another example of the dodo bird. Right? Mauritius, in the island of Mauritius, what happened? Jetia bahiror pora manu bilak ahi pelai tat colony pati thakibo lole, tetia ki hol hei dodo sorai bilak tar gutei forest area tut asile, bharti hoi asile. But those birds were due to they didn't have anywhere to go, they only lived in that island. They were very flashy. তেওঁলোকৰ যথেষ্ট মঙহ আছিল, they were very flashy, and সেই কাৰণে তোমাৰ বাহিৰৰ যে colonizers বিলাক যেতিয়া হিতা থাকিলে, সেই মানুহ বিলাকে চৰাইবিলাক মাৰি মাৰি খাব ললে। হয়, এটা সময়ত সেই ডডো বিলাকে উৰিব নোৱাৰিছিলে, so they got into extinction. So এতিয়া আমি এটা ডডো চৰাইও বিচাৰি নাপাওঁ. So that is the cause. What is the cause? That these species are not resilient to the change in the time. These species are not adaptive to the change in the time. Okay, genetic adaptability to it is not to be found in these species. At another level, this fact comes home to us when we realize that vegetables are losing their distinctive taste. having lost their natural variation and having been doctored to reach the biggest size possible or attain the glossiest exterior. So this is very disturbing that এতিয়া বাৰু গৰম চলি আছে যে গৰমৰ বতৰত তোমাৰ যিবিলাক আমি পটল ভাত কেৰেলা এইবিলাক যে বজাৰৰ পৰা কিনি আনো হয় and the potatoes and the bhat kerelas that we grow in our own garden হয় হেতু মাজতে তোমালোকে তুলনা কৰি চাবাচোন yes the vegetables that we buy from the market those are those are doctored those are given so much pesticides those are given so much those manures okay to grow into bigger size the weeds in a way weeds ki kore etue ki kore it kills the original taste original shape je potol bilak asalte ki hobo lage green color hobo lage dark green but now the potol bilak ki hoy তোমার এটা হোয়াইট লেয়ার পড়ি যায় পটলৰ বাহিৰৰ খিনি and they do not taste well right but the fruits and vegetables from our own home garden those have their original taste okay that is the thing that we are doing to the nature কিহৰ কাৰণে যে আমি কি কৰো যে আমি the vegetables are losing their distinctive taste because of what they are natural they are losing their natural variation that they do not get any chance or do not get any platform to to retain in their original form therefore the vegetables and fruits are losing their original texture and getting another taste in it and having been doctored to reach the biggest size possible so eneka kisuman fruits ase jane pumpkin to that's melon bilak ebila ki kora hoy they are they are let to grow in different shapes if you visit the Facebook you somewhere will find that pumpkin bilak square size or bonaise digolia size or bonaise triangle size or bonaise hoy so heniko ebila ki kora hoise and they are injected with so many these things so many chemical things fertilizers ebilake ki kore their original taste to nuha kore logote hihotor jitu variability jitu genetic tumar resilience capacity it kills it okay so this is the human treatment of the natural things around them because they are they are doing harm the humans are doing harm to the nature around them their genetic diversity is well to serve the function of yield maximization and to suit our increasingly unidimensional view of what looks good in single inverted comma dekhisane so it looks good to ki hoise this is something behind what we are striving to deal with যে আমি সদায় নিজকে এক্সটেৰিয়ৰ ফালৰ পৰা কেনেকে ভাল দেখাব খুজু হেতু হে যেন আমি বিচাৰি থাকো that is something we are very much engaged in today's life in modern life the human beings are so in order to fulfill that prospect of the human beings okay so manuhe ki koribo loise they are trying to make the nature also to fit into that হয় যে pumpkin to belek size or dekhile tak dhunia dekha hobo ba bahut danor hoi gele tak dhunia dekha hobo so in order to do all these things the human beings experiment on the nature aro it makes it look good from the outside but inside they are killing the originality the reproducibility and the fertility of the natural species okay so going to the next paragraph the word biodiversity is often heard in connection with how it is fast disappearing yes so biodiversity boli kole ami ki janu je biodiversity it is always disappearing from our amidst okay the biological diversity bibhinno yar prajati bilak species bilak bios bilak lives bilak So many bios are living, getting endangered or extinct in this art. The call has been sounded frequently that if humanity is not careful, we are going to lose the fiber of the planet that makes life possible. So we have all are being cautioned, okay? We have all are being cautioned and treated with the fact that if we do not get, cautious enough, or if we do not become aware enough, okay, of the fact that the biodiversity is losing or losing its away or losing away from amidst us. So jodi he bostuto jodi ami buji napao tete ki hoba, it will damage, it will destroy the whole earth including the human beings. Okay, it is very devastating for all the human beings on earth. Some of us might be familiar with the simile about the sheep that is losing one nut at a time. So what is a simile then? So while discussing the poem When Autumn Came, I told you something about a metaphor. Simile and metaphor are just like the same thing. So metaphor আমি কি করো দুটা contradictory বস্তু আমি use করো, just like contradictory বস্তু আমি use করো, just like যদি আমি কি কও, sorry, the love তোমার প্রেমক যদি আমি কি বলি কও যে it is very harmful or it is just like a thorn, যে প্রেম বস্তুটো এটা কাইটৰ দৰে. If we do that, that is a metaphor. But if we say that prem is just like a rose flower, love is just like a rose flower, so that will be a simile. Okay, so simile ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি দুটা একে ধৰণৰ বস্তু তোমাৰ একে মিনিংৰ বস্তু আমি কি কৰো কম্পেয়াৰ কৰো, আৰু মেটাফৰৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি দুটা কন্ট্ৰাডিক্টৰি বস্তু আমি সিহঁতকো কম্পেয়াৰ কৰো in order to mean a different meaning. Okay, বেলেগ অৰ্থ এটা বুজাবলৈ. So here he is using a simile of a ship, এখন নাওৰ কথা, জাহাজৰ কথা তেওঁ ইয়াতে. simile মানে অসমীয়াত এটো উপমা বুলি কয় দে, অসমীয়াত চাগে তোমালোকে পাবা যে অসমীয়াত simile উপমা তাৰ দ্বাৰা কি বুজা হয় যে যিকোনো এটা বস্তুৰ বিষয়ে ক'বলৈ আমি বেলেগ এটা বস্তুৰ সহায় লৈ তাক বুজাও, that is simile. ৰূপক বুলিও কয়. So here the two authors are using the simile of a ship that is losing one nut at a time. Okay, যে এখন তোমাৰ জাহাজৰ simile ৰূপক এটা ইউজ কৰিছে যিটোৰ এটা এটা কৈ নাট বলটো নাট একোটা তোমাৰ কি হৈছে এটা এটা কৈ খহি গৈ আছে, just like you imagine the Titanic movie, the Titanic jahaz, the ship, it got broken in the mix and it step by step it sank into the underneath of the water, underneath of the ocean. So just like that, এখন নাও যিখনৰ কি হৈছে এটা এটা কৈ বলটো খহি খহি গৈ আছে, তাৰ মানে কি হ'ব এটা সময়ত লাহে লাহে পানী সোমাব জাহাজখনত, তাৰপিছত এটা এটা কৈ পাৰ্ট তাৰ এৰি গুচি যাব পানীৰ ফোৰ্চত, তাৰপিছত তাত থকা যিমানবিলাক মানুহ বা কিবা আছে চববিলাক পানীৰ তলত বুৰ যাব, হয়. সো জাহাজখন বুৰ গ'লে অকল জাহাজখনে বুৰ নাযায়, তাত থকা সব বস্তুবিলাকেই বুৰ যাব, হয়. So that is the simile that is used by the two writers, that it is just like the whole human race on the earth. Okay, it is comparable to the biodiversity on the earth. Okay, যে biodiversity পৰা আজি এডাল গছ নোহোৱা হৈ গ'ল, তাৰ মানে জাহাজখনৰ পৰা যে এটা বলটো নোহোৱা হোৱা বুলি ক'লে, in the same way. So biodiversity পৰা আজি এটা জন্তু গুচি গ'ল, বাঘটো নোহোৱা হ'ল, সিংহটো নোহোৱা হ'ল, বা মেকুৰীটো নোহোৱা হ'ল, ওৰাংউটাংটো নোহোৱা হ'ল, পাণ্ডাটো নোহোৱা হ'ল, গছবোৰ নোহোৱা হ'ল এডাল এডাল এডালকৈ. We do not realize how how harmful that extinction can be for the nature. সেইটো আমি গছডাল নোহোৱা হৈ যোৱাৰ লগে লগে বুজি নাপাওঁ কেনেকুৱা হ'ব, যেনেকৈ আমাৰ নিজৰ ঘৰতে চোৱা, বাৰীৰ পৰা গছকেইডাল কাটি পেলাই দিলোঁ, আমি গছকেইডাল কাটিলোঁ, কাঠ বনালোঁ, ঘৰ বনালোঁ, থাকিলোঁ, বাৰীত যে সেই যে গছকেইডাল আছিল সেই ঠাইখিনি শুকান হৈ গ'ল, গাঢ় হৈ থাকিল পানী জমা হৈ কিবা হল তাত আনকি আমি বেলেগ শস্য ৰুব নোৱাৰো বেলেগ একো কাম কৰিব নোৱাৰো ইভেন ইন দ্য ড্ৰাই সিজন এটো কি হয় গোটেই ঠাইখিনি ইনফাৰ্টাইল হৈ পৰি থাকে so what have we done to ourselves যে হে গোটেই মাটিখিনি আমি ইনফাৰ্টাইল কৰি পেলালো yes so that is what happens so this is look at this simile okay the simile about the ship that is losing one nut at a time je ekhon jahaz je eta koi boltu eta tomar tumar heruai ase each step does not seem to be a significant loss in itself so protecto step kintu ami significant guruttopurno boli nabhabu protect samoyte jeneke moi kolu je we do not realize how harmful a single extinction of a single species from the nature we do not realize that yes but loss enough of them and the ship is surely going to sink but heneke eta ke jodi gutte bohu khini jibajontu udbid jodi nuwa hoy jay biological diversity pora ecosystem bilakor pora what will happen the whole earth will get destroyed গোটেই প্ৰকৃতি কোনে নষ্ট হৈ নাযাবনে ধ্বংস হৈ নাযাবনে হয় so this is the simile that is used to make us realize that the loss a single loss in the biodiversity is very much if affectful or is very much harmful for the whole environment we are slowly and surely losing the species and genes that keep the earth afloat afloat mane upoghi thoka khahi thoka or which means জিয়াই থকা যে পৃথিৱীখন জিয়াই থাকিবলৈ বা পৃথিৱীখন চলি থাকিবলৈ কি সহায় কৰি আছে the varieties and the variabilities in the biodiversity yes so যদি আমি লাহে লাহে এটা কই স্পেচিছ ইয়াৰ পৰা নোহোৱা কৰি যাও then what will happen that at one point of time we are going to destroy ourselves in time if we are not able to halt this decline je eta homoy jodi we are not able to stop this decline ei dhonghotu jodi ami rakha koribo noaru stop koribo noaru this ship will sink the whole ship means the whole earth will sink means destroyed okay there are already signs of this manifested by a series of global changes in the climate যে এই ধৰণৰ যে পৰিৱৰ্তন বিলাক যে বায়োলজিক্যাল ডাইভাৰ্সিটি তোমাৰ বিভিন্ন যে পৰিৱৰ্তন হৈছে হেবিলাক আমি ইতিমধ্যে দেখা পাইছো বিকজ আগতে সমা তোমাৰ ঠাণ্ডা সমা গৰম আছিল আজিকালি তোমাৰ গৰমেই হে হৈ নাহে গোটেই বছৰটো পাৰ হৈ যাবলগীয়া হয় দুমাহ মান কৰবাত ঠাণ্ডা আহে বিকজ অফ what because of global warming হয় so global warming or কথা আমি সবে পঢ়িছো we are not going to discuss more about global warming now so the earth is getting hotter and hotter it is getting very much hot and therefore therefore it is killing us killing the human beings just like the other species animals and birds on this earth hydrological patterns and other ecological functions that we all survive on and by the collapse of global fisheries the desertification of tens of millions of hectares of once productive land and the loss of soil nutrition and so on so there are so many changes that have taken place as a sign that the ship is sinking that the earth is going to it is the earth is on the verge of destruction okay so ei sign bilak ki koise he lakhon bilak ki koise there are changes in the climate pattern global warming is there prothom second to koise hydrological pattern of panir khetrot bibhinno poriborton hoise je bibhinno global warming or folot glacier bilak hoyi jay goli tumar panir jitu stor etu bahi ase then other ecological functions jibilak ase hebilakor upor ya prabhav porise then the collapse of global fisheries so masor jibilak tumar original jibilak ase tumar thai water bodies hebilak lahe lahe nosto hoy jabo dhorise because human beings are filling up those water bodies with earth and doing construction works there so he karone masor fishery bilak globally ebilak dhongho hoise aru notun ke manuhe thai thandi lobo loga ase right then the desertification of millions of hectares of once productive land যে এটা সময়ত আমি য'ত খেতি কৰিব পাৰিছিলো হেনেকুৱা বিভিন্ন বহু হেক্টৰ জুৰি থকা মাটি they are also getting deserted means মৰুভূমি সদৃশ হৈ যোৱা য'ত আমি খেতি কৰিব নোৱাৰো and the soil loss of soil nutrition এতিয়া মাটিৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত মাটিৰ যেটো arability বা মাটিৰ যেটো fertility that is also losing okay হেতু এতিয়া কমি যাব ধৰিছে নষ্ট হ'ব ধৰিছে not all these are caused by biodiversity loss so এই সকলোবোৰে আসলতে biodiversity lossৰ কাৰণে যে হৈছে হেনেকুৱা নহয় but such loss is a significant factor in triggering or aggravating this phenomena je kintu all these changes that are taking place in the nature are are some stimulators of the loss of biological diversity je ei bostu bilage je bila kisuman yar natural ase hoy natural ase abo kisuman the consequences are due to the human activities also so hey karone ki hoise je ei gotei prakritir gotei prithibhi khonor prakritir ecosystem bila nosto hobo dorise and it is a very high time for all of us that we all become aware that we are going to destroy ourselves right je global warming or jorete to ami korisu ei ki korisu etia eta enekwa eta samoy aise je once we pass out of our universities or once we get educated tetia amar life or mool uddeshya thake je ami kisuman enekwa bostu amar life ot loi law jibilakor dara ami ki koru paru that we are wealthy people that we are doing so well after our education hetu jote ami proof koribo paru just like ami ekhon gari lobo lage sai sokia just like eta ghor hajibo lage jote noho just like ami AC lagabo lage refrigerator anibo lage kiba koribo lage so and blah 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 yes so what does it happen what does it cause not happen what does it cause etue amar karu manu duta mane bhal pale je bah ei pori huni pele gari motor kiniba bahut dhoni hoise but what are we doing gari kon cholaute ami we are polluting our surrounding and in the same way for the future generation we are creating a very poisonous environment to live in yes so ami ghoror gos gosori bila kati pele ta ghor banaisu kiba korisu ki korisu ami we are not being sustainable okay so about sustainability we will be discussing in our next class sorry okay so I end up the class here itself you will get your notes in the meantime and yeah see you in the next class